So C and C in parallel, that makes it 2C, 2C and C in series, that makes it 2C by 3. I'm a veteran at solving combinations of capacitor. What is this? I can solve this too. I'm a veteran, guys. This is such a simple thing. Okay, so the way to start this is intro. Hey, are you one among those who find this parallel plate combinations confusing to decode? Then worry not. In this video, we'll be discussing an amazing approach to solve this type of problems, okay? And by following this approach, I bet you'll be able to solve this type of problems by yourself under a minute, okay? So let's dive into it. Okay, so let's begin our discussion with directly the questions today. We'll discuss the approach side by side. And before we begin with the questions, here is an assumption that you are supposed to remember. Okay, so in parallel plate combinations, we assume that all of the plates in the combination have the same area. The distance of separation between any two plates, any two adjacent plates is the same. So it's d, d, d. Okay. The distance of separation between any two adjacent plates is the same. Okay, so same area, same distance of separation, and as a result of that, we have the same capacitance. Okay, so all the capacitors made from these plates will have the same capacitance. Why? Because capacitance is given as A epsilon naught by D. Same area, same A, same distance of separation, D is same, and epsilon naught is a constant. So all of the plates which are, all of the capacitors which are made from these plates will have the same capacitance. That is something that I want you to remember. I'll repeat that. All of the capacitors which are made from these plates will have the same capacitance. It won't be like C1, C2, C3, it will be C, 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 and that C has a value A epsilon naught by D, right? Okay, so in place of C, you can substitute A epsilon naught by D. Okay, so let's come to the question. Here we are supposed to find the equivalent capacitance across A and B. Okay, now what's the approach? How to solve this? How do we know that which capacitors are in series and which are in parallel? Okay, so let's look into that. So the approach is very simple. You are just supposed to follow these 3 steps. Okay, so here is the approach. So the first step is to assign potential. Okay, so you have to assign potentials to each of the plate. Assign potentials. Okay, so here if you see this, these two plates are connected to terminal A, right? So let's call the potential over here as A. Okay, so this plate will have potential A. This plate will also have potential A. Okay, two plates which are connected have the same potential. Remember that. Okay, assign potential and remember that two plates which are connected will have the same potential. Similarly, these two plates are connected to terminal B. Let's consider that the potential over here is B. Okay, so these two plates will have the same potential B, right? Now we have assigned the potentials. Step 1 complete. Okay, just assign the potential and step 1 is complete. Second step is to draw simple circuit. Okay, draw simple circuit wherein you'll be able to make out which capacitors are in series and parallel. Here you cannot make out, right, what is in series and what is in parallel. Okay, so second step is to draw a circuit which you and I understand. Okay, so that is our job. And here very important thing, you are supposed to treat A and B as terminals. Okay, these points across A and B. Okay, these 2 points you are supposed to treat them as terminals. Okay, keep them as endpoints. So here we have A, here we have B. What we are doing, we are drawing a simple circuit, which you and I can understand. Okay, so draw a simple circuit, treat A and B as terminals. Okay, you'll appreciate this point more when we discuss the problems ahead. Now here we have only 2 points, right, A and B. In the upcoming problems we'll have more points, and there you are supposed to keep those points, other points. Suppose we have some point P over here, so that point P you'll keep somewhere between A and B, because remember that A and B are terminals. Okay, anyways here we don't have that point P. Okay, so we'll remove it. Okay, so we have a simple case of A and B. Okay, so our circuit is half complete. We have drawn the terminals. What is the third step? The third step will complete the circuit, and the third step is very, very important. Here we are supposed to choose pairwise. Okay, choose pairwise. Okay, choose couples over here. Say choose couples. Okay, so you are supposed to choose two plates, because two plates make one capacitor, right? So you are supposed to choose two plates at a time. Okay, so we'll choose this plate and this plate. Choose adjacent plates only. Remember, choose adjacent plates only. Okay, here I'll write adjacent only. Of course, you can't choose this plate and this plate. Okay, so choose adjacent plates. Okay, so we choose this and this plate. Okay, so these two plates will make one capacitor, right? You can see that one plate is connected to A and other plate is connected to B. So draw it accordingly. So one plate connected to A, okay, and other plate connected to B. Now let's choose the second pair, this plate and this plate. Okay, two adjacent plates. Okay, this and this. These two plates will make one more capacitor. Now you can see that this plate is attached to B. Okay, so draw it accordingly, and this plate is attached to A, right? Okay, now again, if you come over here, you can see that you'll choose a pair again, right? You'll choose a couple again, so this plate and this plate. Okay, so here you'll see that these two are again between A and B. This is connected to A, one plate is connected to A, the other plate is connected to B. Now this is a simple circuit which you and I can understand, and this simply means that all three of them, okay, we have three capacitors over here, although there are only 5 plates. Okay, so we have three capacitors which are in parallel, right? They are connected across the same potential, or you can easily see that they are in parallel, and in parallel you just add the capacitance, right? So you'll add C1, C2, C3. No, you'll add C plus C plus C. All of them have same capacitance. Okay, I'll revise the approach if it's not clear. So C equivalent will be given as C plus C plus C. In parallel, you add the capacitance. It's opposite to resistance. Okay, so here you'll have C plus C plus C, that is 3C. In place of C, you can substitute that, and you'll have 3 into epsilon naught A by D. Okay, so let me just revise the approach if it's not that clear. So first step is to assign the potentials. How do you assign? You look at the terminal, you assign the potential to the plates. Remember that two plates which are connected will have the same potential. Okay, so if you can see, these two plates are connected to terminal A. We said that let the potential of this point be A. So here these two plates will have the same potential, and that will be A. Okay, now these two plates, you can see that they are joined to terminal B. We said that the potential over there is B, so these two plates will have the same potential B. Okay, you can assign any letter of your choice. It's not always restricted to A and B. Okay, second thing, draw simple circuit. Now this is something which we don't understand. We don't know what is in series and what is in parallel, so we have to draw a simple circuit which you and I understand. Okay, that is what I keep on saying. Okay, so the way to draw this circuit is to treat A and B as terminal. A and B, remember that A and B are the points across which you are supposed to find the equivalent capacitance. Okay, A and B are the points over here. Okay, if the letters are changed over here, think accordingly. Okay, treat these 2 points as terminals. Okay, now you'll appreciate that more in the next questions. Okay, I'll tell you when it will be used, the terminal thing. Okay, so you treat A and B as terminals. And now third thing, to complete the diagram, you have to choose couples, right? Two plates make one capacitor. Okay, so you choose pairs, choose only adjacent plates. Okay, so choose this plate and this plate, then this plate and this plate, this plate and this plate. You just have to see this plate is connected to A, this plate is connected to B. Okay, this plate is connected to B, this plate is connected to A, this plate is connected to A, this plate is connected to B. So you can see that all three of them are between A and B, which means they are in parallel. In parallel, you just add the capacitance C plus C plus C. Since all of them have same capacitance, that makes it 3C, 3A epsilon naught by D. That is the answer. Okay, so let's move to the next question, and we'll keep on applying this approach so that you are used to it. Okay, so worry not, even if you have not understood this at this point. Okay, you'll understand it better when we do more and more problems. Okay, so let's move to the next question now. So question 2 over here, this is the question which even the veteran was not able to solve. Okay, so let's try it out ourselves. Okay, I hope you have noted down the approach somewhere. We are going to use it in every problem. So if you haven't noted it down, you can always go back and note it down. Okay, also the notes of this lecture are available in the description box below. Okay, anyways, let's come to this problem. So the first step was to assign potential, right? So we have to assign potential to each plate. So let's consider the potential over here as A. Okay, it's connected to the terminal A. So we'll consider the potential on this plate as A. Similarly, the potential over here, let's consider it as B. Okay, here they have connected now these two plates to a terminal P. Okay, we can consider the potential of this terminal as P. Okay, so these two plates, since they are connected, they will have the same potential, right? So the potential over here will be P. This plate has potential P. This plate will also have potential P since they are connected, right? So now let's move to step 2. We have already assigned the potentials. What is step 2? Step 2 is to draw a simple circuit which you and I understand. Okay, so for that we have to treat A and B as terminals, right? So here we have A and B. Okay, now we have one more point P over here, right? In the previous problem we just had A and B. In this question we have one more point P. Okay, and where will you place it? You'll place P somewhere between A and B, because you know A and B are to be treated as terminals. Okay, so take them as terminals, place P somewhere between them. Okay, even if you have more points P, Q, R, S, you can place them between A and B. Okay, always remember that. Always place the other points between these 2 points. Need not necessarily be A and B, these 2 points. Okay, always place all the other points between the 2 terminals across which you are asked for the capacitance. Okay, anyways, let's come back. We have to complete our simple circuit, right? So what is the next step? Next step is to choose pairwise, right? Choose the couples, and yeah, how do you choose them? Choose the adjacent ones. Okay, so this plate and this plate. Okay, 2 plates make one capacitor. Okay, so this plate and this plate. So you can see that one plate is connected to P, one plate is connected to A. So you draw it this way, right? One is connected to A, one is connected to P. Now let's come to the other 2 adjacent plates. Here also you can see that one is connected to A and one is connected to P, right? So here also one is connected to A, one is connected to P. Okay, and finally you can see that this two in this, one is connected to P and one is connected to B. Okay, so it is somewhat like this. This was the first problem that I solved. Okay, you can, if you can recollect. Okay, so all of them have the same capacitance. That's the assumption of today's class, right? We assume that they have same area, same separation, and hence the same capacitance. So you can see that C and C in parallel, that makes it 2C, 2C and C in series. Okay, if you have been following this channel for a long, you'll know that 2C and C in series, the equivalent capacitance will be 2C by 3. Okay, it works in case of 2C and C. Okay, if you have 2C, just like if you have 20 and 10 in series, the equivalent capacitance will be 20 by 3. Okay, the bigger one by 3. This works only in case of 2C and C. You can also apply it to resistance. There will be there it will be in case of parallel, 2R and R in parallel. Okay, then you can use 2R by 3. Okay, that's just a general thing. Okay, so C equivalent is nothing but 2C by 3. Okay, here you can also write it as 2 by 3 into A epsilon naught by D. Okay, so let's move to the next problem, and probably we'll speed run that problem. Okay, so let's move to the next one. This is the answer for this question. So question 3 over here, the question remains the same. You are supposed to find the equivalent capacitance across A and B. Okay, you can pause the video here, you can give it a humble try, okay, and discover the joy of doing it yourself. Okay, so let's try it out. Okay, so the first step is to assign potentials, right? So here we'll assign it this plate potential A, this plate will assign it potential B, and these two plates we can consider this as P, okay, P for my crush physics. Okay, so these two plates will have the same potential P, right? This plate has potential P, this plate will also have potential P. Both of them are connected, right? So step 1 is done, we have assigned the potentials. Okay, step 2 is to draw a simple circuit. Okay, let's try drawing a simple circuit. Treat these 2 points as terminals. So you have A over here, B over here, and one more point we have P, that will be somewhere in between the two, right? Now step 3 is to choose pairwise, choose the couples and choose the adjacent couples, right? Two plates make one capacitor. How many times am I going to say this? Okay, so P and A, so these two plates, one is connected to P, one is connected to A. Okay, next one A and B. Okay, so we have a connection between A and B. So one is connected to A, other one is connected to B, and one more we have between B and P. Okay, so one is connected to P, one is connected to B. Okay, so we have three capacitors over here, and this is the simple combination. Now is it so difficult? No, right? So here you can see that C and C in series, right? All of them have same capacitance C. So C and C in series, that gives you C by 2, right? C and C in series, it's a general thing, guys. C and C in series gives you C by 2. It's just product upon sum, right? C into C divided by their sum, which is 2C. This and this will cancel and you'll have C by 2. So you have C by 2 and C in parallel, right? This is together, makes it C by 2 and C in parallel. Okay, so C by 2 and C in parallel, then you have to add it. Okay, so that gives you 1 plus half is 1.5, or 3 by 2 C, 3 by 2 C, or 3 by 2 into A epsilon naught by D. That is your answer. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed it. Let's move to the next question now. So question 4 over here, the question is not changing. You are supposed to find the C equivalent across A and B. Okay, so we have a different combination over here, and this, by the way, is the thumbnail problem. Okay, so no clickbaits on this channel. Let's do this. Okay, so you can see that these three plates 1, 2, 3 are connected to terminal A. So step 1, assign potentials. We'll say that this has potential A, this will also have potential A, this will also have potential A. All three of them are connected to the terminal A. Okay, so all three will have the same potential. Similarly, these two plates are connected to terminal B. These two plates will have the same potential. Let's call it B. Okay, now step 1 is done. We have assigned the potentials. Step 2 is to draw a simple circuit. Okay, so let's come over here. We have only 2 points, and those two are the terminals A and B itself, right? So no points in between. As you can see, we have only A and B, right? So you can see that this plate is connected between A and B, right? A and B, these two plates. Now step 3, choose pairwise. Okay, so these two plates, one is connected to A, one is connected to B. Now let's do it. Okay, you will see that all of them are connected between A and B. Okay, here also you can see this plate and this plate is between A and B, right? One is connected to B, one is connected to A. Here also you can see one is connected to A, one is connected to B. Here you can see one is connected to B, one is connected to A. Okay, so all 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 of them are connected between A and B. Okay, so you can simply draw it this way, or you can think that all 4 of them will be in the parallel combination. So the C equivalent will be C plus C plus C plus C, which is 4C or 4A epsilon naught by D. Or let's do it. Okay, so all 4 of them between A and B, right? So we are speed running it this time. So C, 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 C. Okay, all 4 of them, as you can see, are in parallel combination. So the C equivalent will be C plus C plus C plus C, which is 4C or just 4A epsilon naught by D. Okay, so that is our answer. By the way, you can see that here we have 8 plates, right? Here we have 4 capacitors which to make which we require 8 plates, right? And here you can see that we have only used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 plates. Okay, so this is the beauty of this topic. This is not to increase your syllables, this is used for cost cutting. Okay, you can construct 8 capacitors with 5 plates. Isn't that amazing? So it is not something that increases your syllables, it is something that makes the uh, making of capacitors cheaper. Okay, so that is why we are studying this topic. Okay, so you have 8 plates, 4 capacitors over here, or you can make just those 4 capacitors using 5 plates. Okay, that's amazing. And anyways, our answer is over here, which is 4a epsilon naught by d. This is the equivalent. Let's move to the next question now. Question 5 over here, again the very same thing. It's again a parallel plate combination given in a different way, I know, but it means the same thing. Okay, don't confuse. Some reference books will tell it in this way. Okay, will show it in this way. This just means that this plate, first plate and fourth plate is connected. Okay, it's the same thing as if taking the 2 plates and connecting it to one terminal. Okay, so don't confuse, it's the same thing which we were discussing so far. Okay, so these 2 plates are connected with a connecting wire. These 2 plates are also connected, which means they will have the same potential. But step 1 in this question is already done for us. So they have given that the potential over here is A, and hence the potential over here will be also A. They are connected. Potential over here is B. Here also it will be B. Okay, connected. Okay, so step 1, assigning potential, is already done for us. Let's move to step 2, wherein we draw the circuit, right? Draw a simple circuit. So treat A and B as terminals, and we don't have more points, so A and B over here. Next step is to choose pairwise, right? So choose this 2 plates. You can see that one is connected to A, other one is connected to B. Okay, so I'll draw it this way. Okay, and now here if you see, this is something weird. This is connected, these 2 plates are connected to the same potential B, right? It's just like connecting the 2 plates of a capacitor. When you connect 2 plates of a capacitor by a connecting wire, this is what is done over here. Okay, you have one capacitor, and what you do, suppose it has one plate has charge plus Q and the other plate has charge minus Q. You connect the 2 plates. What will happen? Its capacity will become 0, right? Plus Q will neutralize minus Q. The charge can easily flow through the connecting wire. So basically, when you connect the 2 plates of a capacitor, the capacity becomes 0. Okay, its capacitance becomes 0, which is logical because it is no longer able to store charge. Okay, it's no longer a capacitor when you connect the 2 plates of a capacitor. To put it in a proper way, I'll say that if 2 plates of a capacitor are at the same potential, it cannot store charge. Okay, so if you have B and B, that basically means nothing. The capacitor is not a capacitor. It won't be able to store charge, which is the basic function of a capacitor. So you can just ignore this. Okay, so it's good for nothing. Okay, so a capacitor between B and B won't work. Okay, so that is the point. Okay, so this capacitor is good for nothing. Okay, let's come to this one. This one says that it's between B and A. Okay, so it's between, one is connected to B, one is connected to A. Okay, so again you can see the parallel combination of 2. So each of them has capacitance Cc. The equivalent in this case will be 2C, or simply 2A epsilon naught by D. Okay, only one special thing about this question was that if you connect the 2 plates of the capacitor, the capacitance becomes 0. This is something that you should remember. Or a capacitor connected between the same potentials, okay, cannot store charge. Okay, so if you have the same potentials on 2 plates of a capacitor, it won't be able to store charge. Okay, so that is one point that I want you to take away. Okay, so this potential, this capacitor, you can just ignore it from your circuit. Okay, it's good for nothing. Okay, so let's move to the next question, and the questions are going to get complex over here and you are going to enjoy it. Okay, and we are going to solve it using the same approach. Okay, so even the questions might get complex, but the approach will remain the same, and that is what you are going to enjoy. So let's move to the next question now. So question 6 over here, the question is not really changing today, like the education system. Okay, no satire over here. Let's come to the question. Okay, here you are supposed to find the equivalent across A and B. This is your parallel plate combinations. Okay, so let's try it. Okay, so here you can see that this plate will have potential A since they are connected to terminal A. Let's consider the potential on these two plates will be A. Okay, so since they are connected, they will have the same potential. Here also this plate, suppose it has potential B. This plate, since it's connected to it, it will also have potential B. Okay, and let's assign this some random potential P for physics. Okay, so now let's solve it. Step 2 is to draw a simple circuit, right? So step 1, assigning potentials, done. Step 2 is to draw a simple circuit. Okay, so let's draw it somewhere over here. So we have 3 points A, B and P. Now A and B are terminals. Okay, so treat them as terminals, and P will be somewhere in between these two. Okay, P is somewhere over here. Okay, so now step 3, consider them pairwise. Consider the couples and consider the adjacent couples. Okay, two plates makes one capacitor. Okay, so you can see that this one is connected between A and B, right? A and B. So from here to here. Okay, now this one is also connected between A and B. Yes, one is connected to A, one is connected to B. So one plate to A and one plate to B. Okay, now this two plates, you can see that one is connected to A, other one is connected to P, right? One is connected to A, one is connected to P. So somewhat like this. And coming to this one, this two, one is connected to P and one is connected to B. Okay, so it's between P and B. Okay, so here is the second one. Okay, so this is somewhat like this. Okay, so now it is easy to find the capacitance because we are familiar with this type of circuits. So you can see that all three branches are in parallel. Here C and C in series, what does that give you? That will give you C by 2, right? C and C in series will give you C by 2. Okay, so C by 2 and C in parallel. C by 2 and C in parallel, that gives you the addition of all these three. So C equivalent will be C plus C by 2, right? C plus C by 2 plus C. So 2.5 is 5 by 2. So 5 by 2 C, or which is 5 by 2 into A epsilon naught by D. Okay, so that is pretty much your answer, and we'll move to the next problem, which will be the last problem for the day. Okay, so question 7 over here, the last question for the day. So let's do it. So here you can see that these two plates are connected to terminal A. So let's consider that each of them have potential A. Okay, so again these two plates are connected to terminal B. Let's consider the potential over here is B. This plate will also have potential B. Okay, we don't know much about these three plates, so we can assign any random potential. Okay, let's say PQR. Okay, this plate has potential P, this has Q, and this has R. Okay, so many points we have. So step 1, assigning potentials, done. Let's move to step 2, which is drawing a simple circuit, right? How can I forget that? So consider A and B as terminals now. Okay, so A is over here, B is over here, and other points P, Q, R. Okay, besides A and B, we have P, Q, R. So we have to place those P, Q, R in between, right? P over here, Q over here, and R over here. Okay, now let's try to solve this. You can see that the first two plates. Okay, now the step 3 is to choose pairwise, right? Choose the adjacent couple. Okay, so choose this two. Okay, now need not necessarily every time do that. So you can see that this two plates are between A and P, right? So let's draw it over here. Okay, you can see that these two plates are between B and P. Okay, B and P. One is connected to P, one is connected to B. Okay, you can draw it this way. Now you can see that this is between B and A. Okay, one is connected to A, one is connected to B. Okay, so I can also connect it over here because the potential over here is also B. right? The potential does not fall across a conducting wire. So you can see that it's still connected between A and B. Okay, so the potential over here is also B. Okay, so don't worry about that. It's connected between A and B. Okay, so this is also done. Now the next thing, we have a capacitor between A and Q. One plate is connected to A and one plate is connected to Q. Okay, so somewhat like this. Fine. The next thing is we have two plates between Q and R, right? One is connected to Q, one is connected to R. So this is also considered Q and R. And finally, we have plates between R and B. One is connected to R, one is connected to B. Now, this might look absurd, but it's not that much, okay? You can see that these three are in series, right? Each of them has capacitance C now, C. Okay, you can easily see that A, Q, R, B are in series, right? Each of this capacitor will have same charge. You can easily see that because this is extra portion, right? You can just remove this portion, right? And you can just connect this Q over here, because even if it's there, the potential at this point will remain the same, Q, right? Because it's a connecting wire, right? So the potential will be Q only. It's the same. Okay, so you can remove this extra piece. You can just move this above. Okay, you can move this above and you'll see that all three of them are in series. Similarly, you can remove the extra piece over here, right? Because potential over here and here will be same. It's the connecting wire, and you can see that A, P and B are in series. Okay, so I'm drawing it over here, and you can finally see that there is only one capacitor between A and B. Okay, so I'm simplifying it again over here. Okay, so what I said was to remove this extra pieces. Okay, so you'll have C. Now this is A over here, and I'll also draw the extra points. Here you have Q, here you have R, and here you have B, right? And here you have C. Now these three are in series. You can see that. Okay, now time for this. Okay, remove this extra piece, get them in line. So A, here you have P, and here you have one more capacitor after that, and finally it goes to B. Okay, I will draw B over here. Okay, and finally you have only one capacitor between A and B. Okay, so each of them has capacity C. So you can easily find the equivalent now. You can see that all the three branches are in parallel. You can see here the equivalent. Here these three are in series, right? As I said, these three are in series. So their equivalent is C by 3, and you have to add the capacitance in all the branches, right? Because they are in parallel. So C by 3 plus C by 2 plus C. C by 3 plus C by 2 plus C. Okay, so LCM is 6, and 2 plus 3 5 plus 6 11 C by 6. Okay, 11 C by 6, or the answer over here is 11 by 6 A epsilon naught by D. Okay, this is the correct answer over here. Okay, so that is how you do it. Don't confuse between this. These are just extra segments. You can easily see that all three of them are in series. All the plates of the capacitors will have the same charge. Okay, so which basically means that they are in series. Okay, and finally the three branches are in parallel. You can simplify this circuit over here, okay, in this way, and now this is easy to solve, right? And that is how you do the last problem for today. And I'll give you one homework question. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to extend this problem. Okay, give me some space. You can note this down if you were noting it down so far. Okay, so your homework problem is question 8. Homework question. Okay, so I'll add one more plate over here and one more plate over here. Okay, let's say this has potential S and this has potential T. Okay, you are supposed to tell me if the capacitance in this case, okay, if the capacitance in this case now will change or will it be the same as this? Okay, this is something that you will tell me in the comment section. Now, this question requires a little bit of thought process, so do try it out. Okay, so yeah, do tell me if the answer is same as 11 by 6 a epsilon naught by d. If the answer is same, comment same and tell me why. If the answer is different, comment the different value that you get. Okay, so that is your homework question. Do try it out. Also, do tell me a topic which you find confusing in the comment section, and I'll do a video on it super soon. So that's all for today's class. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, if it did clear your doubts, smash like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Till then, keep enjoying physics.